Hi, Jennifer Kinsel here, Fox Family Homes, Charles Rutenberg Realty of Illinois. How are you doing today? So today's question was, how do I buy a foreclosure? And well, that's a long story, but we'll do a deeper dive next time on that. But let's define a foreclosure, first of all, as distressed property. We've got pre-foreclosures, short sale, a sheriff's sale, or an REO, which is real estate owned or bank owned. And those are four very different stages of a property in distress, for example. Pre-foreclosure means they've probably missed a payment or two or three, and they've gotten a lis pendens, which means they are now in the loop with the bank as far as being behind. A sheriff's sale, they've already got a default notice and the sheriff comes knocking to evict them. So it's a little further down the pike, as they say. And they'll have a probably 12-month or 18-month, depends on the state, time for redemption to, win back the property as far as paying it off and making it current. The short sale is an option that homeowners like to use on occasion when they're underwater on their property, when their mortgage is actually worth more, has more on it than the property is worth. We saw a lot of those about 10 years ago when the market imploded. Not as common today. Home values have gone up, yay! So that's good news. Short sales do still happen. They are slow as mud. They are not short. They're very long. So you can certainly look further into buying one of those, but expect a long wait. And sometimes banks will take 90 days to even respond to an offer. So have a lot of patience on a short sale. Now the REOs, those are a little different. They've already cleared all the hurdles. They've already sort of been through the wash, I guess you could say. They've come back to the bank. Now the bank is holding, title on the property. And they've gone through foreclosure, they've gone through probate, or they've gone through share, whatever hurdle they had to go to, and now they reverted back to their pristine format, as you could say, for an REO. And the bank is sitting there going, well, now what? Because I don't want to own property, I want to lend the money. So they usually like to unload those. Those are called REOs, so you can look them up that way. Most of these you can find on the MLS. You can use a realtor or real estate agent in your area, look up the city, find properties that might be in distress, lis pendens or default notice, those types of things. You can certainly look them up that way. And then, the trick to it is the difference between buying a home that's a regular sale on the MLS or, getting a really great deal on a foreclosure is you got to pick your poison, because foreclosures, there's usually a reason why they're cheaper. For example, a lot of them will be sold as is. So whatever condition they are in when you roll in to see it, that's it. A lot of times they've been winterized, especially in the case of REOs. The banks have come in and winterized to protect the property. They'll have shut off the water, usually turn off the gas. Most times they'll turn off electric, not always. And when you go in to try to, check out the property, bring a flashlight, because who knows what's in there. So these homes are a good bargain if you're really willing to roll up your sleeves and dive in, and you're not afraid to do some, work on your own. A lot of times, buyers may hesitate to do a home inspection, and you never want to skip a home inspection on something like this. Even if you can't turn on the water and electric, you're still going to want to have a pro come in to check it out for you, because if you're a new home buyer and you've never done this before, foreclosures can be a win on, being more affordable, but a loss if you've got to put in, $10,000 or $15,000 up front just to get it to be livable. So definitely do your home inspection on that. Now, with the short sale, the bank will pay off the taxes, but they won't handle any fees like with the homeowners association. So the homeowner or the buyer will have to negotiate that between those two parties. Anything that's outstanding as far as a lien on the homeowners association, they will not let the sale go through unless it's already been paid for in full. So unless the seller pays it or the buyer pays it, someone's got to bring that to full payment. And of course, with the pre-foreclosure, the buyer's going to be on the hook for everything as is. They're going to have to check the taxes, Make sure, city fines are paid, any liens against the property are paid. Pre-foreclosures are a little tricky on that. So if you do your due diligence, yeah, they could be a good deal. But oftentimes after you've added up all the extra expenses, you kind of break even with regular listed property with probably a few less headaches and maybe a home warranty. So really do your research when it comes to the pre-foreclosures. Sheriff sales, again, as is condition, it may be a good deal or it may not. It really would depend. And I haven't done a lot of those. Usually when I do, it's with an experienced investor and they know what they're doing. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty and figure it out as they go. And then, of course, the REOs are probably the easiest to clean up tax-wise, utility-wise. They're a little more managed and through the process, so you know a little bit more what you're getting. And you can have a little more confidence if something's been winterized, especially if it's sitting for a really long time, especially like in Illinois where, broken pipes could flood a basement and then, you'll have an ice rink down there because there's not going to be any heat turned on in January. So, REOs, if they're winterized, at least they've been managed. That's a good sign. So if you're interested in looking at more foreclosures or distressed properties, let me know exactly what it is you're looking for, how much work you are really looking for is the big question, and why they're an interest versus something that's on the MLS. We haven't seen a lot of distressed property yet. There could be more coming down the pike, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted. Thanks.